fair, neither of us are the feather boa type. I didn't hate feather boas, I just didn't know how I would ever pull one off. I was intimidated at that point by anyone who seemed to have figured out how to be a woman because I had not. This had been true since middle school, so I wore big sweaters to hide my body, and I never really understood when to put on moisturizer. I taught third grade at this point, and kids made way more sense to me than anyone my own age. And in this ballroom full of ladies, the song Let's Get It Started by the Black Eyed Peas starts blasting through the speakers. Do you know that song? Da-da-da-da-da, ha! Da-da-da-da-da. That one. And the hotel ballroom doors burst open. The women around me, the ones in boas, all start clapping and cheering, and I can see three men coming in. They don't have shirts on, but they're wearing khakis, I think. They're carrying something. And then I realize they are carrying a woman, all three of them. And this must be the teacher of the course, Madam V. Olivia told us about her. She said, Madam V is a gorgeous, powerful, brilliant woman who's changing the lives of women everywhere. And she's maybe mid-40s, silky pants, dark curly hair. She looks very well put together. Her jewelry matches. And the three men are carrying her while she lays sideways, kind of like they're in a musical. These men look a little bit confused. I think they might be hotel staff, and they'd just been convinced to do this right outside the room. And they put her down. She kisses one of them full on the mouth, pats another one on the ass, grabs the microphone, and just goes, "How's your pussies, girls?" How my pussy is not that good. But all around me, all the women in underwear and boas are screaming back at her. Their pussies are good. So this is Madam V. She is the guru of the whole thing. Olivia, while she's listening, is actually holding her hands under her chin and beaming up at this woman. And Madam V up front goes right into this kind of sermon about how we're in a society that is ashamed of the centers of our womanhood, and women's parts were worshipped in ancient times, and we are taking back the word pussy, and everyone cheers. And she says, ladies, if you listen to your pussy, the things you truly desire will rush toward you. Jobs, parking spots, men. It's called conjuring, apparently. Most of the room is hooting and clapping here. Everyone else seems to be completely on board with all of this. And I can't help noticing Madam V is an amazing performer. She's high, she's low, she's getting applause lines, and she's telling us how important it is and how possible it is to be a woman who approves of herself. And Hannah, next to me, is looking around. This is the most ridiculous thing she's ever seen. But I want to approve of myself. And I find myself nodding back at Madam V. And then Madam V says something that blows my mind. She says, everyone tells you to love yourself, but no one tells you how. And this is actually exactly what I've been thinking lately. What are the rules? She's so right. And she says, I will absolutely tell you how. So I'll tell you, at this moment, as Madam V was talking to me, I was actually longing for exactly this, someone to tell me what to do. Back then, I had a very simple theory about how to be happy. Fall in love. That was kind of it. It seemed clear to me that having a partner was the major part of being a fulfilled adult woman. If you had that, you probably had everything else buttoned up. If you've ever been a woman in her 20s in the last, 50 years, you can probably relate to this. It's not just a message, it's a billboard. Be paired up. You'll be happy. Now, it's not like I'd never dated. I'd had some kisses and a few hookups, and I had even dated one guy so far for several months right after college who I met doing comedy improv. We got along, we did funny bits in bed, but it was like friends with benefits, I guess. And the benefits were not super exciting. It wasn't what I saw in movies or what I saw other people doing. Hannah and her boyfriend had been together for literal years. They had bought a couch together at IKEA. They were whispery and tender with each other. She said he made her feel less lonely. But I sometimes felt even more lonely with my improv guy than when I was single. And I knew that if I could find a love, a partner, a one and only, then I'd be fulfilled, I would succeed at life, I would never be lonely. But as far as I could tell, how you got there for someone to, fall in love with you